All right, this is a video to hopefully help you out with mixtapes. For starters, you want to know that you take your riff from Endless and you just drag it over into mixtapes. And now your riff is in there. So once you have that, then you can close Endless. You can click on your riff and it'll start playing from as if you just posted your riff to Endless. And that's fine. We could hear the whole riff, whatever. You might want to have some variation in this. So let's add in a couple of these columns over here. Each column is what's going to give me my variation. Right? I'm not doing this in any sensible way. So this could sound terrible. Who knows? And because we're just kind of running this as an experiment, I'm clicking on 16. I'm dragging it down to 4 because that's going to give me 4 bars. So now we won't have to listen to this for like a super long time to hear how it's changing. Okay, so it's very jerky. There's things that I like about it. There's things I don't like about it. In particular, from this column to from the second column to the third column, it was like really, really jerky. So let's try applying a fade and seeing if that helps anything. Okay, so you can see it's you got to play with the fades. I actually like 3 into 4. That sounds pretty good. So the fade button is not fade in or fade out. It's kind of like fade in or out. It's a kind of a weird thing, like because in the third column there's a track here. Okay, that's going to fade in from the previous, I think, and then the other one's going to fade it out. Again, I'm not pro at this, so let's just see. Let's bring this down to actually 1. We'll just experiment. Okay, so let's just listen. So the first column has music in it. So when I click on the second column, this fades out. So that's actually fading things out from the first column. But then when I look at the third column and I click on this is fading in. And then it just jumps into the fourth column. Now, if I put a fade on there just out of curiosity, let's see what happens. Okay, so not as jerky. That just kind of fades in. I mean, it's a nice idea, right? All right, so a couple other features in here. Add a column at the start. So maybe you want to add something at the start because you forgot, or you just need, sometimes what happens with me is the lyric starts in a weird spot. So I might just add like a 1 bar in there so that when the lyrics begin, then I'll have the whole lyrical idea together. And you can add things at the end, same idea, drag up or down. And of course, at the end, you're probably going to want to fade out your song so it doesn't just, jerky stop. Okay. Other options that we have in here, and let me click to something. So this is something that's maybe a little bit messed with. Here's a song.
Chaos round the darkness, feeling silent, shouting, delays, hazardous weather, try to put things back together. Is this really life forever? All I know, I'm out of faith.
Okay, so there we go. Let me stop that. All right. So one of the features I want you to see in here is that you can change these levels as you mix. If you want to individually fade things in and out, that is an option. I have not used these filters. I assume that they are connected with Reaktor, but I have not used any of the Reaktor plugins or anything, so I don't know how any of that works. The offset. So that's where it comes in. If I have it there, let's just... So I think that this offset button changes the beat that the song introduces on. Some of these buttons are a little bit clicky, like, I don't know, I click them one time and then they stop and play at the same time, so apologies. When you are satisfied with your mixtape, okay, you got to make sure that you have this tape toolbar open, okay? You're going to name your riff. In this case, I have out of phase 3. I have my folder going to my desktop because it's easy to find. When I want to send things to my phone, I airdrop it to my phone, and then I make a iMovie using whatever footage I just got from outside. Click on record. It says, do you want to overwrite out of phase 3? I do, in my case. Okay, so that's ready to go. This is going to fade in. So, I've got to click play on the recorder and play on the mixtape. So it's your choice how you want to do that. Because I know I'm fading it in. I'll do it like that. Now I stop that. Once I've stopped that, well, make sure you stop the recording too. Okay, now this will take a minute to populate over here on my desktop. And then this has my riff from my mixtape as I've recorded it. Okay, and it stopped because that's as much of the mixtape as I recorded. But if I had to continue, then I'd have the whole thing. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. Bye now.